Editing is the part of the process where you start to understand how images work together to tell a story. For me, this is the part of the process where I bring in my community and I ask them to have a look at the images that I've taken and to see which ones work and which ones work together. When I say editing, I don't always mean toning or changing the colors or photoshopping an image. When I say editing, I mean once I start putting together different images, I start to understand the story a little better. When you're at the end of your photographing day, you see what are the moments that you paid attention to, and then you see how they look together. I remember when I was starting out in photography, it was really scary to share my images with other people. I am my own greatest critic, and I did not love the images that I was making at the very beginning. The paradox of that was that I knew also that I really needed help. I started seeking out the help of others and trying to find just a few people that I knew I could trust but would be really helpful when they look, because I think often when we're trying to do something new, like take pictures, the act of sharing all of that makes one feel just incredibly vulnerable. And so I think seeking out people who you feel safe to share your work with is just incredibly important. You'll be surprised with how generous people are with their time, whether that's just reaching out to them coldly on the internet and asking them to look at your work and provide feedback, or seeking out photography events or portfolio reviews. Those were very helpful for me in the beginning. I think it's important to really look at what are the gaps that you might have missed when you were taking the pictures. It's important to understand how images relate to each other, to understand the kinds of images that work together and what kind of story they're telling, to not just have yourself, but to bring in other people in that process, because the things that they notice might be very different from what you notice. Just be a little braver in showing your work and taking just a little more risks, because ultimately, I think it benefits not just yourself, but the people you've photographed. I think it's worth taking those risks so that for the next time when you're trying to take a photograph, you're actually honoring the people who've lent their time to you. We're all different kinds of storytellers. For me, my way of telling stories has been photography. Whether that's, just taking images for myself, whether that's exploring a new place with my camera, or trying to translate my own culture so that other people might be able to understand it. It's been my way of sharing with the world, really.
Xiaomi